Welcome to this collective message. My name is Sophia. Wonderful to connect with you here. We have a message coming through about some strong endings. And as I was preparing here to connect in for this reading, I was just feeling like a lot of pressure, around the energy field, around the physical body. Not in a sense like a bad way, it's kind of like an interesting sensation of pushing out and pushing in at the same time, which gives me this overall feeling of like birth, like the contractions of birth. So, likely, if you're drawn in here to this message, you're going through a rebirth type of experience right now. We have a lot of endings with these three cards coming in here in reverse. We have the Justice in reverse, Three of Swords, Nine of Swords. So, just like a lot of, there's been disturbances in a sense of things keeping you up at night, wounds from the past. And I feel with this Justice coming out in reverse, it's like really things that actually weren't fair for you, like you didn't deserve that type of treatment, that type of relationship, or that type of job situation or financial situation. It just caused like that real intense pressure. And we see this coming through with the 10 of Wands. So it's kind of like it's coming to that end of a cycle. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, it's like the ending point. Even though it's like a celebration to reach the completion, it can still, there can still be residual energies of heaviness as you close out the cycle. So that's what I'm picking up here in this message. And we're going to dive deeper, see what wants to come through to support you at this time. Because with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles coming through, it's like I feel this ending, like this release, clearing away the past, is very much about any kind of limiting beliefs around receiving, about your worth, about your value, like you really coming into connection and knowing yourself, knowing the power of your intuitive gifts, your emotional intelligence, the value of your time, your resources. And in a sense, like you've always had this, is what I sense here with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. You've always had this in you. You might have like knowledge from previous lifetimes, like your soul has a frequency to it, a knowledge to it. You've had that throughout this lifetime and added to it with your experiences. But it's kind of like you have chosen this soul journey so that you come into a full recognition of your value and your worth. And this can be common like in spiritual journeys before there is a major breakthrough, like before you receive your foundation for this life, like that career that lasts a long time, that living space that you dedicate many years to. Like you go through trials and tribulations before you get to that stage, so that it kind of like, I'm hearing like insurance of your success. And it's looking at these experiences and realizing that it's like consolidated you, stabilized you, so that as you receive this abundance and as you receive, I'm hearing like your, in a sense, like your final chapter, in a way, like moving through into a longer term, more stable situation, you can sustain that energy. It's like anything that was going to threaten its stability has been taken care of in this previous time. And at this stage, it can still feel heavy moving through the portal, is what I sense here with those cards coming through. We also have some oracle cards here about the walking staff. We have the sun, so a lot of joy, happiness, light, and the rosemary. So this is where I'm getting a lot of the information here about this being like a deep spiritual journey, because it's like the sun coming out in the center just gives me this feeling of endurance, of walking towards the light, nothing being able to stop you in your process of like shining. And with this walking staff, it's like continuing along the path, even when there's this misty energy, you're not really sure the next steps. And what we're getting support and encouragement coming in here. So I feel like, the universe, the elements, your spirit team, they're really supporting you. And if you feel like at this stage in your journey, like tired or a sense of fatigue here with this 10 of Wands frequency, it's like your spirit team, the universe, they're sending you ways like walking sticks to kind of support you if you need it. And it's also just a sign like you're never alone, and you never have been alone. You've always been supported along your path. And it's really been a path of remembering here with the rosemary, remembering loyalty, faithfulness. And again, coming back to that previous message there, it's like coming back and remembering your true worth, your true value, and all of your soul gifts, like reclaiming them in this lifetime, clearing away contracts or blockages, like contracts of silence or traumas from previous lives where you weren't treated very well. It's like reclaiming those gifts that might have been blocked away from past traumas and past lives, and even traumas in this life as well, that may have been mirrored. I'm getting for some people that those traumas may have been mirrored in your family members, like particularly your parents. Like they might have had similar trauma wounds and have kind of instilled unconscious beliefs that you shouldn't use your gifts or you shouldn't shine because it's not safe, and this type of unconscious frequency coming in. And so it has been work, like it has been a challenge for you to be able to remember. But we have this gorgeous butterfly here on the sun, so this is showing me like complete transformation into such a beautiful light energy, to be able, because it's so funny because I'm getting this frequency of like effortlessly shining, but there's so much effort to get to that effortless point. Yeah, so High Priestess, confirmation here again, like you have very strong gifts within your intuition, your psychic abilities, being able to make premonitions for your own lives and other people's lives, I'm getting for many people, and access to information coming through here with the High Priestess. Access to information from other worlds, ideas, knowledge, could be to do with specifically healing or sacred geometry. And it's like a whole, I'm getting a sense here of like a whole new earth frequency. And so whatever your mission is, whatever you feel called to contribute, you can access that information quite effortlessly. And it might be a little bit confusing for people. They're like, how does that person know that? Like they didn't study it in college or whatever, they haven't done the kind of training that would merit them having that knowledge. But it's like, because you're able to channel it, you're able to access it from the higher realms here through this remembering. Yeah. So let's see what else wants to come through here. Okay. So we have 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is giving us more like recognition here. It has been a journey with the 5 and the 5. And so I get here a sense of, in this moment, there might be some conflict arising, like within yourself or with other people, like still getting this reflection in different ways of being disregarded or having like challenging communication with other people. I'm hearing like a sense of belittling is what I'm getting here with the 5 of Swords. And this is just, I mean, this is residual energy, like 5-5, we're looking at a change here. And so when faced with any of this kind of conflict, when it's to do with communication or fire, like passion, frustration, anger, I'm getting this message here of just like, remember where you're going. Knight of Pentacles, there is movement, moving in a certain direction. It can be slow paced energy, but also like trust the timing of it. If things are moving slowly, what that is really saying is you need the time to pay attention to what's happening. If it was moving faster, it would be more challenging to be able to stay in your center, because even if you have like come away from conflict and limiting beliefs about yourself, it's still like, as you embody that frequency, it takes time to embody it. It doesn't, like, it comes naturally when you're used to it. But if you've been living in a trauma response, like a scarcity response, or blocking your gifts for one reason or another, and then you clear out the energy, cut the cords, it's then also like good to start slow. Like the universe will take you through at the right pace so that you can catch yourself if you start going back into suffering or you start going back into playing it small, and then you can correct, and this is where meditation and being in nature, like being conscious and aware as you move through the transition, even though it can feel like very slow to take that approach, it actually is the fastest way to move through it, because the universe is kind of watching to make sure that you've mastered the frequency, so that you can sustain it as you move forward. So any kind of conflict that's arising right now, just know that it's not that you're going back into that previous war zone or difficult time that you've come through. You are moving forward. This is just the residual as you go through the portal and as you make the change. Super nice. So let's get some closeout messages here. See if anything wants to come through from the tarot. Okay, yeah, Eight of Pentacles. You have been working hard. I'm going to get one last oracle card as well. Hard work, refinement. Underneath the deck, we have Earth with peace and grounding. This is probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to take it out as well. Oof, I mean, it just gives me this really deep sense of peace and serenity, like being able to ground, being able to just be in the present moment, no worries, no concerns with the dove, that peaceful energy. Yeah, this in a sense, I feel like this is where you're walking towards. Like it's like you're there already in a sense, and you're just acclimatizing to that you are there, that you can simply be, that there's, yeah, the war inside is kind of coming to an end here, I get with this. Yeah, okay, so we have spring, rebuilding, reawakening, and birth. These eggs hatching, fertility. We also have lavender, moth, and pine tree. So yeah, more tranquility coming in, more peace. There's some mystery here, and longevity and perseverance. So this final message is just coming through to share, like, there is some unknowns, but have peace, have serenity here with the lavender. You can also work with lavender as a plant, like essential oil can be really helpful for you at this time to just, like everything is okay. We have the perseverance. So I feel like over the next 3 months, we have the 3 moons, anything that you're concerned about, or there's conflict or difficulty, like it's all resolving over this period. And we do have like the mystery and concealment. So it's like, for one reason or another, it's better for you maybe not to know all the details at this stage. So also just trust, when the information is released, when you feel called to take the next steps. With the High Priestess, it's like you're very in tune with your inner guidance. You know when to move and when things are in alignment. So trust your inner knowing for that process. You are rebuilding, you are reawakening, going through this rebirth so that you can, truly embody this energy of peace. Beautiful. Such a wonderful message. Thank you for tuning in, sending you an abundance of love and lights, and always wonderful to hear your stories, your thoughts in the comments below. And welcome to all new subscribers on this channel. Amazing to be connecting with more people here. Great. Looking forward to seeing you in my next reading.